Welcome to the Daily Senior Safety Advice Podcast. This is the show dedicated to helping older adults stay safe, comfortable, and confident right where they love to be most, at home. I'm your host, Esther Kane. I'm a retired occupational therapist, certified aging in place specialist, and a dementia care specialist. And I am so glad that you're here with me today because I think this episode is going to be very useful for you. Okay, but before we get into the episode today, if you haven't yet already, please subscribe to this podcast or YouTube channel, wherever it is that you're listening to us from, and visit us, of course, at seniorsafetyadvice.com for a ton of tips, resources, and so much more. And of course, if you know someone who could use a little extra support, a neighbor, a family friend, a family member, then please share this episode with them. It really does mean the world to us, and it helps us to promote the podcast to others as well. All right, now, today we are talking about something that is especially important as the hot weather begins to roll in, because today is May 30th of 2026, so summer is just around the corner. And we're talking about how to keep your home cool without sending your energy bill through the roof. And these days, with everything costing so much, it's important to try to save in as many places as we can. And staying cool, I have to let you know, is not just about, comfort. For older adults especially, it is a real safety issue. And I have here some very simple, practical strategies to share that can make a big difference without costing you a fortune. All right, so let me start by being honest with you about something. Heat is one of the most underestimated dangers for older adults. People just don't take it seriously enough. And I don't say that to scare you. I say it because I've seen it firsthand over many years of working with older adults in their homes. And it's not just the older adults, it's everyone else in the home. And it's also, of course, affecting your pets as well. All right, as we age, I'm just talking about older adults now, as we age, our bodies don't regulate temperature the way they used to. We may not feel thirsty like we used to as quickly, for sure. We may not sweat as efficiently. So just because you're not sweating doesn't mean you're overheating. And some medications can actually make it harder for the body to cool itself down. So what feels like a warm, stuffy afternoon to a younger person could actually become a serious health risk for someone who is older because they don't feel that. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people assume that the only way to stay cool is to crank up the air conditioning. And yeah, that works to an extent. Air conditioning is wonderful when you have it and when you can use it. But the energy costs can be really challenging, especially if you're on a fixed income. So today I want to share some strategies that work with your AC or even instead of it to help you stay cool and stay safe. The single most effective thing that you can do to keep your home cooler is to manage the amount of sunlight coming in. And this doesn't require any fancy equipment. Think about which windows in your home face west or south. Those are the ones that let in the most heat during the afternoon and early evening hours. Now, listen, if you close your curtains, your blinds, your shades, or those windows before the sun hits them, you can block a significant amount of heat before it ever gets inside. I used to tell my clients, treat your curtains like sunscreen for your house. Put them to work before the heat arrives, not after. Thermal curtains or blackout shades are especially helpful here. They are widely available, reasonably priced, and they genuinely work. Now, if you're not sure which windows to focus on, just pay attention for a day or two Notice where the sun comes through and what time it comes through. That will tell you everything that you need to know. Now, I do want to say something about lighting, because by putting up blackout shades and thermal curtains and all of that, you are blocking the light coming into your home. You don't want to be walking around stumbling in the dark. So you want to make sure to have enough light. Now, the amount of light or the amount of electricity that is spent with light bulbs and lamps versus your air conditioning is significantly less. So don't think that you're trading one for the other. All right, the next tip is about fans. Fans are one of the best friends in the heat, but only if you use them correctly. And hey, look, a lot of people don't realize there's a right way and a wrong way. They just think turning on the fan and that's it. Okay, a fan doesn't actually cool the air. It just blows the air around. So it moves the air across your skin, and that moving air helps your body to release heat. So a fan is most effective when you are in the room with it. Leaving a fan running in an empty room isn't going to be doing you very much. So here's a really useful trick. In the evening, when the outdoor temperature drops, well, unless you're in South Florida, where the outdoor temperature never seems to drop. But if you're in an area where the outdoor temperature drops below the indoor temperature, and this often happens after sunset, open a window on one side of your home and place a fan facing inward. Then open a window on the opposite side to let the warm air out. In doing this, you're pulling cool air in and pushing hot air out. It's simple, it works, and it costs almost nothing to run. And if you have a ceiling fan, well, that's great. That's wonderful. Make sure that it's spinning counterclockwise in the summer. There's usually a small switch on the motor housing that controls the direction. Counterclockwise pushes the air straight down, which creates that cooling breeze effect. Now, don't get up on a ladder to do this if you don't have the best amazing balance in the world. Don't do that. It's not worth it. Get someone to come in, handyman, a younger relative, whatever, to come in and get on that ladder and make the switch on that motor housing. In my years, I have to tell you, in my years of home visits, I noticed that many older adults had ceiling fans set to the wrong direction year-round. They just never bothered changing it or didn't even know that they could change it. That one small adjustment, flipping that switch in the summer, and the difference in comfort can really, really be worth it. But again, don't get on a ladder or stand on a chair or do whatever it is. Don't try to do it yourself. Get someone to get up on that high ceiling, unless, of course, you have a ceiling fan that has a remote that can do that. And if you don't, it might be worth getting one. All right, let's take a moment now to talk about something that I think often gets overlooked. Sometimes the most efficient way to stay comfortable in your home is to cool your body directly, not just the room around you. So keep a small spray bottle filled with cool water in the refrigerator. In fact, I would say keep a few of them in the refrigerator. A light mist on your face, your neck, your wrists can bring your body temperature down quickly and noticeably. It sounds simple, it sounds silly, and it is simple, but it is genuinely effective. You know, damp, cool cloths on the back of your neck or on your wrists work in the same way. These areas have blood vessels close to the skin, so cooling them down helps to cool your whole body. Of course, wear light-colored, loose-fitting clothing made from breathable fabrics like cotton or linen. Avoid dark colors that absorb heat. And please, don't underestimate the power of staying hydrated. Drink water throughout the day, even if you don't feel thirsty, even if you're not sweating. It doesn't matter. As we get older, that thirst signal gets quieter, but the body's need for water does not. Now, there are products that you can get on Amazon that you can, they're like gel ice packs that are very flexible. You can purchase several of those, keep them in your freezer, and put them on your skin while you're watching TV or whatever, to keep yourself, cooler, of course. Okay, next. Did you know that many of the appliances and activities in your daily routine actually generate heat inside your home? Things like your oven, your dryer, your dishwasher. Being mindful of when you use them can make a real difference. So try to run these heat-producing appliances in the early morning or in the evening after the weather outside has cooled down. Not during the hottest part of the day, which is usually between noon and 4 in the afternoon. Use your microwave or your slow cooker instead of your oven when you can. They produce far less heat. And here's something that I want you to think about. Incandescent light bulbs, the old style ones, give off a surprising amount of heat. If you still have any of those in your home, then please switch them out for LED bulbs, which reduce both the heat and your electricity bill. It's a small change with a noticeable impact. Now, also, keep interior doors between rooms when you're running a fan or the air conditioning. Keep them closed. Actually, no, I apologize. Keep them open. That allows air to circulate freely throughout the home rather than getting stuck, in pockets. And really part of keeping cool is keeping the air running and flowing. Now, if you do have central air conditioning or window unit, let's talk about how to use it as efficiently as possible, because that's where the energy savings really add up. Set your thermostat to the highest temperature that still feels comfortable for you. The U.S. Department of Energy often recommends around 78 degrees when you're home, though I know everyone is different. For me, it's 73. Anything above 73 feels very, very hot. And for older adults especially, comfort and safety come first. The point is, every degree that you raise the thermostat can reduce your energy use meaningfully. Find your comfortable ceiling and stay there. My mom-in-law's comfortable ceiling was 91. And even then she wore a sweater. So you find your comfort level. But again, stay hydrated. And when you do feel warm, use ice packs, the gel kind. Use all of the tips that so far that I've given you. And even if you don't feel warm, you want to monitor and make sure that you don't get, overheated. All right. If you have a programmable thermostat, sounds funny, thermostat, or better yet, a smart thermostat, use it. You can set it to automatically adjust when you're sleeping or when you're not at home, and then bring the temperature back to comfortable levels before you return. Some utility companies even offer rebates for smart thermostat installations. It's worth a call to your company, to your utility company, to ask. And make sure, of course, always make sure that your air conditioning filters are clean. A dirty filter makes the unit work harder, uses more energy, and just doesn't cool as effectively. Now, check your filter monthly during heavy use seasons and replace it when it looks clogged. This one small habit can make a meaningful difference in how efficiently your AC system runs. Now, I've worked with many patients and clients who were hesitant to run their air conditioning at all because of the cost. But heat-related illness is a real risk. Every summer we hear about seniors passing away because of heat-related illness. And often, that's much costlier than what you spend on an AC unit. in every sense of the word. The goal is to find strategies that keep you safe without creating that financial stress. Hey, if you have to keep, if you have to avoid giving people Christmas gifts so that you can save money for your cooling system during the summer, believe me, it's worth it. All right. Hey, I want to make sure that you know about this one thing that I think is important. If the cost of cooling your home is a genuine hardship, then there is help that's available. The Low Income Home Energy Assistant Program, known as LIHEAP, is a federal program that can help eligible households with energy costs. So far, that has not yet been eliminated, like so many other federal programs. So because it hasn't been, please take advantage of it. Your local area Agency on Aging can connect you with this program and others in your community. Many utility companies also have special programs for older adults or those on fixed incomes, sometimes including free energy efficient improvements. It's worth asking. Please don't let pride or uncertainty keep you from asking. These programs exist for exactly this reason, to help everyone out. Reaching out is a sign of being smart. It's not a sign of weakness. And I also want to say something to family caregivers, and I hope you're listening, because I know you're out there and this matters for you too. If you have an older parent, a spouse, or a loved one living at home, please check in on them during the hot weather, especially on the hottest days. Know the signs of heat exhaustion, heavy sweating, weakness, cold or pale skin, a weak pulse, nausea or fainting, and heat stroke is even more serious. That's when the body temperature rises very rapidly and the person actually stops sweating. That is a medical emergency. Call 911 immediately. Make sure that the home your loved one is living in has reliable cooling. Talk with them about the strategies we discussed today. Sometimes a gentle conversation and a few simple changes can make all the difference. And if you're helping an older adult manage their home environment from a distance, consider connecting them with an aging in place specialist or an occupational therapist who can do a home safety assessment and make personalized recommendations for that particular home and that particular occupant. You can find professionals like that at aginginplacedirectory.com. Now, another tip that I want to tell you is if any of these just simply cannot suffice in your home, they just aren't going to be enough or don't work for you, then consider, and if you can, of course, consider getting out to a mall, spending the day there or the hottest part of the day there, a coffee shop, anywhere at all. And please, if you have a pet at home, don't leave them home in that heat. Take them with you. There are a lot of places now that will allow you to bring a pet inside. Look for those places and visit them during those hot parts of the day, during the very hot days that are eventually, of course, coming up. All right, staying cool doesn't have to mean choosing between your comfort and your budget necessarily. With some, and it definitely doesn't mean choosing, between money spent and your life, for sure. With some thoughtful adjustments, managing the sunlight, using fans wisely, cooling your body directly, timing your appliances, you can create a home that feels comfortable and safe all summer long. I want you to feel empowered by this, not overwhelmed. You don't have to do everything at once. Pick one or two ideas that resonate with you and start there. Even small changes, of course, add up. You deserve to be safe and comfortable in your own home. And with a little knowledge and a few practical steps, that is absolutely within reach. All right, I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me today. It truly means a lot, and I hope that you're walking away with a few ideas that feel helpful and doable. Okay, for more tips and resources on staying safe and comfortable at home and aging in place, please visit us at seniorsafetyadvice.com. And if you're looking for qualified providers to make your home senior friendly, or any other senior service providers in your area, or even virtual, head over to aginginplacedirectory.com. It's a wonderful resource that I'm working very hard on building for connecting with professionals who can support you right where you are. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Daily Senior Safety Advice podcast and our YouTube channel so that you never miss an episode. There's much, much more to come. And of course, sign up for our newsletter on seniorsafetyadvice.com. So if this podcast has helped you in any way, one of the biggest ways that you can support us is by subscribing, leaving a review, or liking the episode, or all of those. Those simple actions may seem small, but they really do make a huge difference. They help the podcast reach more people, especially family caregivers, older adults, and professionals who may need this information and support right now. And honestly, your support helps us to continue creating these episodes each week. So again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for listening. And thank you for helping us to spread this and helping me to spread this message to others who may benefit from it. All right, I'm Esther Kane. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.